What is going on? Hold up. What is going on with Danmemo right now? So if you guys don't know, they just announced this morning on the live stream that the new collab, is basically a second collab, not a rerun, but a second collab for Data Life. It's a whole new story, whole new events, whole new units. Most likely they include a Data Live rerun, which would be awesome, and especially if they do another big bump up of those units. If they modernize all those old units, that would be so sweet. But do you see the collab up here? You don't. JP is getting their collab tomorrow. For as long as this game has existed, every version of the game has been in sync. They're going to break the sync starting in about 24 hours. A little more than 24 hours, 36 hours, whatever it is. And I'm going to explain why that's probably not a bad thing. Now, most likely we're going to be back in sync, because, I mean, we're going to get the same anniversary, we're going to get all that good stuff. In fact, this probably is going to coincide with the U.S. anniversary, and they're going to run U.S. anniversary things along with it, and all that good stuff. So, we'll talk about all that here shortly. But for now, let's talk about what is coming to the global version, and I'll explain at the end what is different, why it's different, and why it is probably, despite what my thumbnail and clickbait title say, why that's probably a good thing. Let's get into it, okay? First things first. New stories, new events, all right? Let me just... Yeah, all right. So, bonus Iris campaign. It looks like this is refreshing, and I've talked about this before. These are pretty good values. There are better values in the game, but they rarely come about. In fact, it just expired. So if you're looking to prepare for incoming events, this is a golden way to do it. You definitely want to take advantage of this. If nothing else, buy this. It's totally worth it, and I'll hold on to it. I'll explain why later on in the video, okay? All main story stamina 1/3 cost, and I've talked about this as well. It's a great time to farm Iris. If you follow my lead, I say, leave certain amounts of the story undone. I do all the normal events, and then leave most of the hard and very hard and whatever completely unfarmed. And the reason I do that is because if in a situation where, okay, let's say for the sake of argument, in about, 3 weeks, we're going to need a ton of Iris. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Great opportunity to go in there, farm up a ton of Iris, and make it pretty easy. Now, I wouldn't farm it all up. I would still leave some for later on, but it's a stellar opportunity. So, third stamina, very, very nice. Ongoing campaign. Okay, the Argonaut story is going to continue. We're gonna keep going with that. In fact, we weren't able to stream on Sunday night for various reasons. We'll continue with the story on the live streams coming this week. We almost got to the end of part 1. We'll pick up. We'll end part 1, pick up with part 2, and just continue on with that story. We'll cover a little bit of what's going on with JP, but the important part is just, we're going to continue on with that story, and that's going to be our big thing. I think I just inadvertently closed that. The free 11 draw gacha is going to continue onward, so that is a good thing. Okay, and here, this is going to start what's coming this week. White Day Quest. So we're going to get a rerun, as I predicted, of last year's White Day Quest. That means you could farm these cookies, and they're going to be they're useful just like the chocolate sword during the Valentine's event. They're useful as stamina items. So once again, you can farm stamina items from this. Don't sleep on this. It's a good opportunity. Okay. White Day characters added, so you're actually going to be able to get all of these units cookies. You're going to be able to get cookies from Gross. That'll be quite interesting. Alfred, Higani, Hedon, Ridari, and I always butcher his name, Usukari. You're going to be able to acquire cookies from them, which we've never gotten before. And the really nice part is, if you know, when you run this event, if you don't get the units you want, you can always close out the event before it ends, go back in, it'll remain active, and then you can acquire new cookies. The nice part about that is, basically, like I said, it's just stamina items, 120 stamina per. But if you're into like the collection aspect of it, collecting the cookies from all 6 of the new units would be a fun little task, and should only run for maybe a week, 2 weeks tops. So take advantage. That's my recommendation. We'll talk more about that. We already talked about the Bonus Iris campaign. All main story 1/3 cost. We talked about that. Wargame is back, not Record Buster. Wargame is coming back. So, take advantage of that. And of course, 7th Zone is currently live, and they're going to continue the 100th 7th Zone celebration. If you haven't finished 7th Zone, guys, I say it every week. Take that Anniversary Water Team and just crash through it. Like, it is so super easy, super simple. There's not much to it. That's what's coming to the global version of it. Every single version but JP is getting all that tomorrow. And if it seems underwhelming, here's the deal, guys. We are not going to be getting the collab this week. JP is getting the collab this week. The difference being, we're going to be getting the collab at the end of the month when the current Argonaut story expires. And it kind of makes sense, actually. The more I've really focused on this and thought about it, as I said at the beginning of the video, there's certain versions of the game that never got that second anniversary event. And that second anniversary event is considered canonical to the ongoing story. That means that this actually happened for real, like in the story canon, prior to the light novels. In fact, this was, if I recollect, a light novel script that was started but never completed. So this is actually going to be really interesting for my people that were in the EU, that were in Asian countries and things like that. If you guys did not have access to this the story prior, now you get the opportunity to really absorb it, really enjoy it, get the characters, get the units, and all that good stuff. Japan, on the other hand, has had it, and they've had it for a while. So what they're going to do is they're going to run the Data Live event starting tomorrow. Here's why this is probably a really good thing for the rest of us. How many of you guys are sitting on 8,000 Iris? I'm not raising my hand, that's for damn certain. Okay? If you're raising your hand, good on you. You're better at saving than 90% of the people watching this. This means we have 3 weeks to farm, 3 weeks to save, 3 weeks to prepare, 3 weeks to watch what JP's getting, and use them as a global sandbox. And we can see what's happening. And I will bring you guys the news as I am able to get it about what units are really good, what units are worth maxing out, and rather than, going in and maxing every unit, which actually probably was what most of us are going to do anyway, you can actually pick and choose and say, okay, this unit's going to be amazing, this unit really looked like it was going to be awesome, kind of fizzled, which does happen. This unit turned out to be phenomenal. We will talk about all that, and that is what's really nice about having JP ahead of Global. Those of you guys that played Dokkan with me, you guys know we're about 6 months behind in that game, and so there's so many opportunities where you can look in to basically a window, see the future, and go, oh man, I was going to summon for that unit, now I'm not going to because there's something way better on the horizon. So this is actually a really stellar opportunity. Number one, you can save more Iris. We're not going to wander into an event tomorrow and go, oh my god, I need 8,000 Iris last Tuesday. You're actually going to be able to save, you're going to be able to plan, and you're going to be able to basically use the JP version as a sandbox to plan for what's coming. Also, like I said, I really feel like what they're going to do is they're going to roll that into the US Anniversary. US Anniversary is right there at the beginning of April. This will be the US 4th Anniversary. So, be pretty awesome. We'll have to see what they do for that. But don't expect insane amount of things, but maybe expect some Iris sales or things like that. That would be pretty awesome. I expect them to kind of, they probably won't spruce up the event, but they might give us some more Iris sales or something that would, really sweeten the deal. Those of you guys that have been complaining, and I'm with you, I'm 100% with you, that we've had way too many banners, way too much. Consider this a reprieve. We might get a Data Live rerun. I think that'd be just fine. We might get a rerun of the original banners, maybe even the Return of Katori banner, but for now, breathe easy and start planning and start farming. And like I said, if you leave parts of the story undone like I do, it's probably time to consider maybe you keep farming up a little bit of that Iris. Maybe buying some Iris from the sales and saving that for what's coming. it is time to plan. And if you're upset that it's Date A Live again, remember, this isn't the same Date A Live event. This is not a rerun. It is literally a brand new story, brand new event, and it's basically going to be the first time that we've had a repeat story, and it's one was really popular. The Date A Live event was probably one of, if not the most popular collab, maybe outside of Attack on Titan, but I don't think that collab's never going to rerun. I just don't ever see that happening with the current story where it's at and the story that Amori wrote. But this is kind of interesting. Now, let's jump in. Let's talk about the new units, okay? And let's talk about what they do. And I'm going to start off here with Natsume. And she is going to be the free-to-play unit. She actually will drop in the story. Like I said, all this is coming at the end of the month, so you have time to prepare. Unfortunately, I don't have the art cells, but we will probably... I'll see if we can get the JP version data mined, and see if we can pull those out tomorrow with the data mines. Notice that these are time-limited. Remember, collab units, they're here for a very short time. If you want to max them, you got to do it while they're here. Okay? HP is 1056, Magic Attack is 414, Physical Attack is 367, 202. 202 for Agility. You're talking about an underwhelming unit. I mean, severely underwhelming. We talked about it before, I think, when we're talking about, assists, and she's an assist. HP at 1000... about what we would expect. That would probably be about the norm now. So for a unit that's, good on HP, I would expect her to be like 1200. So very underwhelming even for a free-to-play. What does she do? She's foes plural water resist and dark resist down 15% and ally strength and magic plus 10%. So that's actually pretty handy. If you don't have a water resist or dark resist, assist, then you are really looking at a great free-to-play unit to throw in your team. Stats are going to be better than most of the other 15%ers, or at least on par. And once again, she's free-to-play. She's going to drop from the event. So that tells you right there that the water and dark teams are about to get a lot of love. Not that water needs it, but they won't get it. And dark and water, I would argue, are two of the best teams out there right now. So, yeah. Kurumi. We're getting a new Kurumi unit. This will be like the third one in the game. No, I'm sorry. This will be the second Kurumi. I'm thinking of Kotori. So, skill 1 is a 122 MP cost. Foes plural agility and dark resist down 40% for 4 turns. Self agility plus 60% and 3 additional actions. Foes plural low dark physical attack with 20% HP steal and extend status debuffs and ally status buffs for 2 turns. Very good skill, that. I like her a lot. Skill 2 is a 50 MP cost, and we'll talk about all this before they come to Global too. So don't worry. We'll talk about them again. We're gonna rehash all this one more time, but it's good to plan now. Okay. Skill 2 is a 50 MP cost. Foes plural fast high dark physical attack with ultra and counter rate. Skill damage plus 60% per foe singular, agility buff, and self strength, dex. It says foe singular agility? Weird. So I'm guessing every foe she hits has, for each agility buff that's on that foe, I guess. And self, strength, dex, and dark attack damage plus 70%. Ooh, for 1 turn. Skill 3 is a foe singular. Fast, high dark physical attack with temporary strength boost. Slow and stuns 60%. So ailment unit, not bad. SA is ultra dark physical attack with ultra on guard rate, temporary great strength boost, and physical resist, dark resist down 60% for 2 turns. She gives herself 70% agility, so she's quick. 30% strength and dex, 35% light resist, and regular attacks and counters are dark physical attack. 20% damage on critical and penetration, and she's a phantasma killer. So good stuff. That. Eyes. We're getting a new Date A Live eyes. And actually, I love this art. That art is phenomenal, y'all. Phenomenal. Skill 1 is a 209 MP cost. That is insane. Allies. Slow. Let me back to it here. Slow. Magic, agility, and dex plus 35%. Dark attack damage plus 50% for 4 turns. 3 additional actions. Foes plural low dark magic attack with allies magic nullification times 1 turn. Or, I'm sorry, times 1. So basically, she'll nullify 1 magic attack on everybody. Ooh, with that extra action. That's really good. S1 is, or sorry, skill 2 is 54 MP cost. Foes plural, fast, super dark magic attack with ultra penetration rate. Magic resist and guard rate down 40%. And skill 3 is a foe singular super dark magic attack with high penetration rate, temporary great magic boost. Kind of feel like that's still a throwaway skill though. No percentage boost on that really doesn't impress me. Though she is more of a support. Her SA is a foe's plural ultra dark magic attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage plus 80% per guard rate debuff, and allies magic plus 100% for 4 turns. Damn. You know, if it had more than just the guard rate debuff, that would be a phenomenal hit. But she's a support unit, not really a DPS. 35% light resist. All attacks are dark magic attack. I'm sorry. No, I take that back. Yeah. 35% magic, agility, and dex. 25% damage on critical and penetration. 5% HP and MP heal per turn. And she's once again a phantasma killer. Nice. That art. If nothing else, that art's phenomenal. I'm not enamored by her unit, but the art's amazing. Yoshino. First time we've had her on one of these collabs. Skill 1 is a 58 MP cost. Allies, fast, magic, water attack damage, plus 50%. AoE damage taken, down 35% for 5 turns. And foes, plural, remove strength and magic buffs. Good skill, that. Not end of the world stuff, but good skill. Skill 2 is a 72 MP cost. Foes, plural, super water magic attack with ultra uncounter rate, temporary magic boost, and agility and magic resist down 35% for 4 turns. 3 additional actions. Foes, plural, foes, plural, mid-water magic attack with ultra unguard rate, and allies remove magic debuffs. Skill 3 is a 42 MP cost. Foes, singular, super water magic attack with ultra penetration rate and temporary great magic boost. Allies remove ailments. Ooh, that's not bad. But the fact that she once again doesn't have a percentage boost on that really depresses me. SA is a foes, plural, ultra water magic attack with ultra penetration rate, slow, and skill damage plus 50% per self magic and water attack damage buff. Just 100%. That's not end of the world stuff. It could be better though. It could be better. I'm not blown away by these units. I'm going to be honest with you. But notice she's a support build. And if you go back to Eyes is actually a full magic build, but she's got support stats. I don't know. We'll really have to see how these play out. These are weird. Let's see if I have her stats. I do. 25% light resist. Counters are dark magic attack. 15% damage on critical and penetration. 35% magic, agility, and dex. And once again, a phantasma killer. Ooh, what's up, girl? Origami. Second Origami we've had in the game. And that art is amazing. Skill 1 is a 47 MP cost. Foe singular, so she's a Record Buster unit. Fast. Dark resist down 40% for 4 turns. Self magic and dark attack damage plus 70%. Very good skill for 4 turns. And 3 additional actions. Foes singular magic mid-dark magic attack. Ooh, is a mid on her extra skill 2 with high critical rate. Skill 2. I like her already. Damn, girl. We need this. This is the build I was expecting in here. I kind of feel like everybody else is lackluster. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm just undervaluing them. We'll have to see what JP says. But skill 2 is a 51 MP cost. Foe singular high dark magic attack with temporary magic boost. Ooh, on a skill 2. Guard rate down 40% and single target damage taken plus 25% for 3 turns. Self. Remove status debuffs. Damn. Skill 3 is a 43 MP cost. Please give me a percentage boost on this. Please give me... this is always a cold read, guys. But I'm really hoping for... give me a percentage boost, girl. All right. Skill 3, 43 MP cost. Super Dark Magic attack with Ultra Unguard rate. Skill damage plus 70% per foe's single target damage taken debuff. Remember, you can debuff that twice, so that becomes a 140% attack. That is a phenomenal and easy to use skill 3 that's going to hit like a truck, and it is not expensive. I feel like her skill 3 is a little broken, though. Normally, when you get ones like this, it costs a lot more MP. She's going to be able to spam that like mad. SA is a foe's singular Ultra Dark Magic attack with a high Ultra Critical rate, skill damage plus 100% per self magic buff. Now, that is going to go up to 200%. That is going to be a really good hit. We do have better in the game, so her SA isn't going to be the greatest. But, I mean, look at her magic skill, look at her HP. She's going to be really, really, really good. And the fact she has 500 dex, I didn't even talk about these stats. The fact she has 500 dex is going to be, I'm sorry, not dex, endurance is going to be really, really, really good. So she's pretty quick. She's got a decent amount of dex. She's got great endurance for a magic unit. Good unit all the way around. Okay, let's talk about Toka. Once again, second Toka we've gotten. I believe the last one was an adventure, not assist, though. Foes, plural, single target damage and AoE damage taken, plus 20%. Ooh, I like that. Allies, penetration rate, plus 20%. So, if you don't have another single target damage unit, there's a brand new one here. Remember, that's going to drop that 20%. There's better in the game. I'm not going to lie, there is much better in the game. But, remember, that counts towards Origami's attack. That turns her 70% into a 140% on her skill 3. So that's very, very nice. Okay. HP is 802. Physical attack is 213. Magic attack is 652, which is very good. And her agility is nothing to write home at 337. I would expect a little tiny bit more out of her magic, but remember, once you feed her some CP, and she's going to work off the Toka CP that we had before. She is not fresh CP. In fact, if I go through here, the only units that are fresh CP in this are her, and she's free to play. Not Kurumi. We've had Kurumi. Not Eyes, obviously. Her, she's fresh CP. Okay, not Origami, not her. And, yes, Cassandra. That is not fresh CP because she's a Danmemo unit. So, Cassandra, our final assist here, is, and notice that she's 1184 health. That's very good. 350 physical, 427 magic, meh, 241 for agility. I really feel like these units were probably intended to run last year. And that actually kind of would make sense. This might have been something they had planned for a while. And then just because everything in the pandemic was like kind of shoved back a year, all anime has been put off and all this stuff. This is probably something they were planning for a really long time. Would kind of explain where the fall collab came from. I really feel like the stats in these units are about a year old. I'm not going to lie. I'm not enamored by them. I do feel like Origami is going to be good, but she's the only one out of this group that I really feel like is going to be groundbreaking. Maybe I'm undervaluing them. You guys let me know in the comments, but yeah. Allies, shorten status buffs by 3 turns. I like that. 4 instant effects. I do like this. When attacked, foe singular, 75% sleep, and can activate twice per turn. So every time that whoever she's tied to is attacked, twice per turn, so basically count it for 2 turns, she's going to try to hit them with 75% sleep. With the amulet resistances in the game, I don't think that's the end of the world. But she's another sack unit. She's somebody that you're going to put on slot 5 or slot 6 in your wargame team, and when she comes in, she's going to wipe everybody out and then start trying to sleep the team. So, great for ailment. Little toxic for, other teams, but probably the best assist we have here as far as just what she does. And so basically her and Origami are the only 2 I kind of like in this. Maybe I'm being too critical. Maybe I'm being too critical. You let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to see if we can get the data mines on both the JP and the Global tomorrow. I don't know. I got to ask my data miner if that's going to be possible. But we will give it our best shot. But for now, that's going to be this video. Like, comment, share all the good stuff, and I will catch you guys all on the next one.